The early stages of entrepreneurship are terrifying because you don't have any income streams. And this is something I think more people need to pay attention to. The way the world is changing right now with the economy, inflation, all of that stuff, even people losing their jobs and the layoffs, you have to have multiple income streams. And this is something I had to go through myself. And I'm now on the other side where I have more income streams working. So today I want to break down the income streams that are working for me and how you can create some of your own. I'm making this video because in the beginning stages of entrepreneurship, I remember how terrifying it was. Like literally terrifying, where I would stress myself out, really bad headaches and migraines from just worrying and panicking of, will I have enough money? Will I make enough money? And it was a really struggle time. It was just hard. And I'm already a family man. I'm a dad, and you got to take care of your family. You got to provide. In entrepreneurship, you have those phases. Any entrepreneur will tell you it's up and down. That's why relying on one income stream is just not a healthy or smart thing to do. I think you need to have at least three. As soon as you decide you're going to be an entrepreneur, you need to have at least three income streams. Now, this doesn't mean you have three drastically different businesses. It means you solve the same problem in three different ways. So let me explain what that looks like for me. I want to go from the bottom to the top in terms of my income streams and how they work. You'll learn something from this and how you can execute these same income streams wherever you are right now. I'm telling you that. Okay, so at the bottom, I have brand deals. I know this sounds crazy, I know, but because of the market industry that I'm in, brand deals aren't always massive. And most importantly, they're not consistent. You got to really think about that. Brand deals can be, $200 one month and the next month 10 grand. It really fluctuates. I don't want to be relying on paying my bills and taking care of my family from brand deals because, again, they go up and down and it's completely out of your control. It depends on the company's marketing budget. Are you getting short-term brand deals? Are you getting long-term contracts? Some companies I work with pay me when somebody signs up, and then they pay me monthly as that person is, they're subscribed to their company. Some just pay me one big payout. Some pay one small payout. It's so inconsistent and unstructured. And I'm putting affiliate deals in here too, because it kind of goes with brand deals. So it's like you can't rely on that. So you don't want to rely on that one income stream, bro. That's like a fun one. I call it supplemental, right? It's a supplemental income stream where if you get that, it's that extra gas money. You know what I mean? It's that extra, I might be able to buy this little thing I wanted. That's what the brand deals are. I never expect them to be really high or really low. Whatever comes in, comes in. Whatever doesn't, doesn't. I don't really pay attention to it that much. I like to be in a position where I can get the brand deals because it's fun, right? It's fun to have that extra money coming in to do what you're already going to do when you just talk about the brand in said content. One brand I'm partnered with already is vidIQ. If you're trying to get on YouTube and you want to start dominating, you have to do it now. We only got a couple months before the watch time needed to monetize these channels doubles. So if you want to win on YouTube, you got to get vidIQ. It is the best tool to help you plan your content, strategize. The AI coaching is revolutionary. And it's different from Claude or ChatGPT or one of the other AI tools. You can actually connect those to this platform. But focusing on the vidIQ coach is amazing because they have all the data from YouTube, the outlier videos, how you should title your videos, descriptions, keywords, everything. You want to get on vidIQ right now. It's only $1 to get started. $1 using my link that's in the description box down below. Go and check it out. Okay, now my second income stream going up are lovable products. And we could really just call this my product bundle area because I create a lot of products now. And mind you, I was building products back in the day, right? I used to build products on InDesign. If you know, that's where you can make like really like workbooks, high quality. This is an Adobe tool. Some people know what I'm talking about. It's really difficult to use, but once you learn it, it gets a little easier. I built all kind of stuff on there. And once I realized that I could have an idea of a product and build it out completely, I knew I had to get started with this. As soon as I saw Replit first and I worked on Replit, but I didn't really like how it worked. Lovable has been way better for me. I have several products on there. I make really good money from it. It's amazing. I love it. Lovable is incredible. And they're not sponsors of this video, by the way. I'm just saying that. Like, I genuinely have products on Lovable. I think now you can use Lovable to do so many amazing things. Like if you are in this digital space and you want to build a lead magnet, you can have a more intense, more quality lead magnet that's solving a real problem. The best thing about Lovable is you can build products on there really fast and you can solve the smaller problems that people face. Now, you can't do some of the more intense stuff like get analytics from another platform and do all of that. Like, I mean, you can, but it's going to cost you a lot of money. I would suggest building a product that can solve somebody's problem that It's kind of at the beginner level. See, I'm not using Lovable to solve every problem that my customer faces. I want to solve the problems that it can solve. I'm not trying to push it past that limit. Let's solve that one problem and then move on past it. And the way you find a problem to solve, I know that's what you're thinking, is to talk to your customers. Talk to 10 people. And if not at least five of the people are like, I'm ready to pay right now, give me a Stripe link, then you don't have a good product. I know that's a harsh thing and you're turning money down, but this is the thing. If five people say yes and they're excited to pay you, that means you have something, you're solving a big problem. If only two or three say yes, that means you don't have the right positioning just yet. The problem might not be intense enough. And this is the thing, you can continue to work and pivot on that same thing and just evolve it, right? One of my products I've been working on since March. And I'm always in there fiddling with things and making changes based on user feedback and what customers like, the results it's gotten them, all of that stuff. So I'm not saying scrap it completely, but understand exactly where you stand and where you are. I appreciate the Lovable products because it allows me to make really good money consistently. Think about you build a product one time and you just market that thing throughout your content. That's what everybody wants to do. And you make money while you're sleeping. Like sometimes you wake up and two or three people signed up, made a couple $100. Not a bad day, right? Not a bad day at all. And then with Lovable, what's great is if you find the right problem to solve and people keep coming back, you have a subscription model. I don't force everything to be a subscription because I know some stuff it doesn't need to be, but having that subscription model in your back pocket is amazing because that's more consistent revenue. And then once you tweak things and you keep making changes, you can keep churn low. Churn is the rate in which people unsubscribe from your subscription model. If you keep them coming back, you keep solving their problem, they're going to keep paying you. Pretty simple, right? You're not going to unsubscribe from Netflix if they keep giving you quality content to consume. Same thing with your product. So Lovable is a cheat code right now. I'll put a link to it down in the description box down below to get you like 50% off your first 3 months or something like that. Go and check it out. Go use it. Start building your products. Now, the top tier for me is consulting. Consulting, I have such a love-hate relationship with because sometimes consulting can turn into agency work, which is two totally different things. Consulting is you call me, I help you with this thing, and we may have several calls, but I'm here to talk you through this process so you can get the outcome on your own. Agency work is me doing the work for you, which means you're going to be paying me more money. Sometimes these can get convoluted. The big issue we have with consulting right now is too many people jump 2 feet first into consulting. You need to have credentials if you want to have any staying power in this game. Now, credentials, obviously the easiest one is a degree. If you have a degree, you'll be just fine in most areas because you're going to have a basic level of expertise, knowledge, skills, and it's going to give you a head start on any type of competition. Plus, it gives you credibility that other people can't go somewhere and buy. We look at brands like Earn Your Leisure right now, they're running into a lot of criticism because when you look at a lot of the people's backgrounds that either the host or the people they have on their events, the podcast or at InvestFest, they don't have any credentials. Like they have some people on stage talking about finances and managing your money, and these people have just gotten out of prison. Now, I'm not saying you just because you went to prison, you can't talk about it, but honestly, some stuff you can't. I'm sorry, if you went to jail for fraud, no, you can't come on stage and talk about how to manage money and how to invest. No, there's just some lines. Once you cross it, there's no coming back from that. You got arrested for embezzlement. We're not talking to you about managing money. No, like you are now no longer trustworthy. Sorry. Like, I'm gonna just keep real with you. And I think the longevity of your focus is important too. Like so many people want to be consultants, but they switch their industry too much. You got to stay in one lane. I've been doing this podcast stuff, content creation now. I'm expanded, right? The first 2 years it was only podcasting, but right after that, I started doing more video, writing, everything. So I can say content because I've been on camera doing this stuff. I have a whole studio. I've put thousands of dollars into this. You know what I mean? I've been doing the video podcasting since we were on Skype and Uvu, back on Blog Talk Radio. You know what I mean? Like when you have 5+, 10+ years doing your thing, yes, you can win in consulting. But don't pick a topic like, I want to make money on this because it's popular and you don't know nothing about it. You have no skills there. You have none of the tools. You don't have any connections in the space. You just look crazy. You look insane. If you go and consult somebody on something, you should be able to sit down for an hour and answer questions. That's what consulting is. They ask you questions that you answer them logically. You give them action steps, tools. You talk about experiences and how you went through the same problem and fixed it. That's what makes a good consultant. Most people are not good consultants because the stuff they're consulting people on, they haven't done themselves. So when you really get pressed on that, your whole business will fall apart. And again, if this is the only income stream you have, it's all over for you. But when you get to this level of consulting, it's going to be one of the most profitable, the most fun, honestly, some of the easiest. Consulting looks like having 4 or 5 clients you work with at a time. You get on these calls with them once a week, most likely at the most. Sessions usually are scheduled for an hour, but you really only need 30, maybe 45 minutes, to be honest. And you got to have deliverables, materials you're delivering to them to really show the tangible tools that you're putting into them. If it's just you talking to them, I find that that's not good enough. You got to give people something tangible, something they can touch and hold on to. You know what I mean? I also think you take your consultant to another level when you give them specific bonuses. Bonuses help them get to where they're going faster. So think about it this way. If I was consulting somebody on living a healthier lifestyle, my favorite example, you can give them a workout plan, the meal prep and all of that stuff. But the way you take that to the next level, what's that thing? What's that interactive thing? It could be the session where you get on the call with them and you actually work out with them. You actually take them through the process. It could be you being on FaceTime with them while they're in a grocery store. You know what I mean? It can be all of these different things. There's a lot of different ways you can go, but that makes your consulting next level. One thing that I do is I take founders behind the scenes so they can talk to investors before they start raising capital. Most founders who are raising capital have never talked to an investor. So if I can get you in front of an investor before you raise, you get to learn so much. You build a relationship. And you always look at me like, man, Chris helped me connect with so-and-so. Even if you don't raise capital immediately, give it 6 months, a year, 2 years, one of your ideas down the line, you raise millions. Then you're like, oh yeah, we met through Chris. I remember him. That's the value. That right there is the value. You want to have that as a part of what you're doing in your consulting. I think if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you have to find your way to create 3 income streams, solving the same problem in these different ways. Being valuable, being in the spotlight, answering questions, that's going to be your foundation. But then figuring out, okay, how can I work with the brands in this space, right? How can I build products to actually solve people's problems? What is it I can offer people one-on-one, where my time, I can get paid for my time, knowledge, experience, and expertise, all of those things. And these are just 3 different income streams. I didn't really get into like the courses and speaking at events, even books. It's so many ways you can make money in this space. I just think you need to have 3 if you want to build something that's profitable. Another thing I do is run the community for the raw entrepreneur. This is where we do, weekly office hours where you can just pop in and we talk entrepreneurship, whether it's what kind of business you want to work on, your content, brand deals, whatever. We talk about all of it in the raw entrepreneur community. Make sure you use the link description box down below so you get access. I'm Chris, and I'll see you next time.